Okay, everyone, let's grab a seat. It's 9:20, which is 9 p.m., 9 a.m. for all Brownsvillians right here. So 9 a.m. sharp. Love starting right on time. So everyone finding a seat okay? Everyone finding a friend? I know some people are grabbing a coffee, Nelson, whatever. Good morning, everyone. No. Wow, this I think this was the worst one I've gotten so far. Usually, like I'll get one or two like good morning somewhere around the place, but this one was damn. I get it though. I'm in the same spot. Don't worry. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. That was good. Thank you for the applause. Um, Welcome to 1 Million Cups. Can you guys raise your hand if it's your first time in 1 Million Cups? Nice. Wow. Okay. I have to impress today. Okay. So my name is Daniel Garza. I am the program specialist with the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, and we work out of E-Ridge from a center called the Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Center, the ECC for all our friends and family, which you guys can just say ECC. And every single Wednesday, we do this little program called 1 Million Cups. So, can some of my regulars tell me what is 1 Million Cups? Somewhere around. Where are my regulars? Damn. Guys, you guys are. Okay, thank you, Rudy. What's up?
The way I like to explain it to people is you come and it's a meeting of entrepreneurs and the community, and sometimes the people will be like, it'll overlap a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The point is like one or two people will present their business, but it's the point of it is not to be a pitch, it's to be the story. Like it's a storytelling thing, not a pitch thing.
Awesome.
So that's what makes it different.
Yes. Who else? What is 1 Million Cups, guys? You can say it in Spanish. Oh, yeah, over there, Mayra. Awesome. So networking. By the way, we like to say meaningful connections, not networking. I know. There's a difference. Someone else.
I think he just basically mentioned it's a place where you come in and hang out, get inspired. Not only get inspired, you get to see what other people are doing that hopefully get you motivated, and hopefully want to be successful just like them. But most important, it's the connections. It's the connections where you talked about where you get a chance to discuss about the same field that you might be in. Either it could be a coffee shop, or it could be another successful event or a successful story. But the most important part that we all get together and we all have the same vision. Trying to
Nice.
become successful.
Ooh. That one deserves an applause. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So, before we start, I do want to say thank you so much for our partners at AT&T Business. They're very gracious to be actually sponsoring the coffee for the month of May, so thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I invite you guys to talk to Maria afterwards. They have a bunch of promotions for your business. So if you have a business, you want some support from that, AT&T is definitely here to talk to you guys. But as you might already tell, there's a couple versions of what 1 Million Cups is. And the truth or the beauty of it is that they're all kind of true. So the premise of the program, it is true. It is 2 speakers every Wednesday where they come in, they tell us about their story, they tell us about their journey, and then us as a community and the presentation with how can we help as a community to you, business owner. Cool. The next one, we ask as a community support. So I don't know about you guys, but I always feel better when I'm doing something with the team or when I have someone on my side. Especially when you're a business owner, I am not lucky enough to be one yet, but I do get to see quite a bit of people walking into the door and just being lost and say, I have no clue what I'm doing. I was like, you know what, man? Me too. 80% of the times, no clue what I'm doing. But it's a lot easier when you have people that you can ask questions on the same room. So again, all of this, so support, community, presentation, inspiration, and all over a cup of coffee. So that for me is a perfect Wednesday. So far, we've done 4,755 cups of coffee. So for the new people that are here, every time that people come in, we count how many of you guys are here, and we put them into our counter. I'm trying to get to 7,000, which some people call me crazy. I think it's very doable, if I say so myself. And this for me is the type of connections we've done. I think we discussed in the last couple of sessions what the difference between networking and meaningful connection is. Can someone tell me the difference between those two? Are quiet today. What's the difference between a meaningful connection and just a networking interaction? Anyone? Of course, thank you.
So networking is just, just getting to know them for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Giving each other your business cards over there, right?
Yes.
Meaningful connections is like you building friendship with each other.
Okay.
From here on, and whatever you need, they're there for them. You're not gonna hang out every day, but you know that you can count on each other.
Yeah.
Those are meaningful.
Exactly. Who else can tell me what's the difference between networking and a meaningful connection? Wow. I'll tell you guys. So this, I probably overuse this example, but it's my perfect way of knowing what I'm talking about. So what happens when I give someone a business card? What do you do to it? You. Okay. I think you already know who not to give a business card to. But I like that, yes. So I'll tell you the exact like timeline that happens with business cards. I say thank you so much. Here's mine, right? And then you put it on your pocket, and then this is gonna get in the washer, and then my dryer is gonna kill me for that. The difference between a meaningful connection, it can be as easy as saying, hey, instead of giving me a business card, what's your email? Let me send you just a connecting email real quick. Let me start a conversation already. Let me start a connection. I think the difference between a networking and a connection is action. That the fact of actually taking action over doing something, being purposeful when you're doing it, and actually wanting to connect for someone. What's the difference between saying like, hey, how's it going? Between, hey, this is Daniel from UTRGB. If you need anything with business related stuff, give me a call. That's the difference. Making it purposeful. But we'll talk about it later, guys. I do have two great speakers for the day. A couple weeks ago, we have like a little session with the community and say, hey, how can we help? What can we do? And today we have two things. We have a great entrepreneur with an amazing business venture, and they're gonna tell us about their story. But then I also wanted to bring another side of it, which is the resources part of it. Information, because information is power. So we have an amazing team from the Brownsville Wellness Coalition also joining us so they can give you a little bit about their mission, what they're doing, the vision, and also just to answer any questions you might have. Because I was talking to him, and probably at least 5 people every week that ask, how can I get into the farmer's market? Well, today's the day. You can ask those questions now. They have it right in front of you. At this point, please be mindful of the people's times. They were here. They were able to come in their work hours, and they just decided to be here for you guys. So be mindful, be respectful. If you had to take a call, there's a couple booths around the building, or you can also take the lobby. And I will introduce the next person. So Daniela Sanz from Bloom Therapy, can you join us please in the front? Woo!
Thank you.
Let me just switch your...
Okay, sounds good. Good morning. I am so honored for this invitation for 1 Million Cups. Thank you so much. When I got the invitation, I said, sure, why not? It's going to be 3 people. I got this. So now, full room, I'm gonna be very vulnerable. It's out of my comfort zone. A little bit nervous, but as many as you all know, being an entrepreneur, you have to do things that are out of your comfort zone. So here we are, right? So thank you so much for having me and for the invitation. My name is Daniela Sanz, and I am the founder of Bloom Therapy. Growth happens here. A little bit about me. I am a bilingual speech-language pathologist. I graduated from TCU with a master's in speech-language pathologist, and I have over 10 years of experience providing pediatric outpatient rehab, and just recently I opened up my private practice in January 2025. And I just love what Photoshop can do to you. That is amazing. A little bit about me on the personal level. I am a dog lover. I am happily married. I don't know about my husband. I hope he is able to say the same thing. And I love what I do. I am truly blessed to say that even though having a career in speech-language pathologist comes with its challenges, I'm very blessed, and I'm very happy that I get to work with kids every day. So you're probably wondering, what is a speech language pathologist? So we assess, we diagnose, and we treat children with communication impairments. And what can that look like? Kids having difficulty comprehending language, expressing themselves, having difficulty acquiring speech sounds, kids who stutter. We can work from babies all the way to adulthood. And the beauty about our profession is that you get to specialize in the area that you like. And so pretty much people might think that I just play all day, which I do, but there's much more behind it. A little bit about my journey. When I graduated, I was just so happy. I get to get a job, do what I love, and help kids, right? And so throughout 10 years, I worked in your traditional outpatient clinics, and that's where I was able to gain a lot of valuable experience and a lot of clinical, right, experience. But through time, I found that I was experiencing burnout and a lot of frustration with the healthcare system and the productivity model. And so I knew that I wanted to do things differently. I knew that I wanted to help families in a different way and not just worry about productivity, numbers, insurance policies. And I felt that that was really affecting the family that was in front of me. And so with that frustration, with that burnout, me wanting to do things differently, I started to look into alternative practice models. And what I saw that what bigger cities were doing were they were going into the private pay route. And so that was definitely something scary to do down here because it's not something that you see and it's not common, but I knew, I believed in the vision, I believed in the mission, and I knew families were looking for more. I knew families wanted more, and they wanted to be heard, they wanted to be educated, they wanted to be guided, and they really wanted someone who cared about their kid beyond, right, just the 30 minutes that your traditional outpatient clinic can give you. And so that's how Bloom Therapy came along. Our mission is to help children bloom to their fullest potential while empowering families, educating communities, and really connecting them to the best resources. And so it all started with a friend's kid who needed speech therapy. I was still in my full-time job, and she said, hey, I'm super busy, I don't have time to take my kid to speech therapy. I'm a full-time mom, I work, I'm a vet. There's no way, can you help me out? And I said, sure, I'll give you free therapy. So full-time job, and I wanted to help out a friend. So I started going to the schools to provide him therapy. And little did I know the value that I was giving to mom, knowing like, I'm so grateful for the videos that you send me, for the education that you're giving me. I know the why, I know you care. You're taking that extra time to really support me, letting me know what I can do at home to help my little one. And so she started recommending me, word of mouth started to spread, families started recommending me, and so I said, you know what, I know families want more, I want to do more, so I'm gonna take a leap of faith and jump on this this model, right, this private pay model. And so I started with one kid, started building up, started doing therapy from the trunk of my car, had so many toys. My garage was full of toys, my trunk, like everything was like all kids related, me not even having kids. So I started doing home visits, I started doing private schools, and then I rented out a small space, a small room where I can also provide that in-clinic service. And then a few months in, I was able to build out my clinic where now we have a lot of space where we can treat our little ones. And I am proud to say that I was so fearful to dive into this private pay model because it's not, like I said, it's not something common. Thankfully, we are 90% booked, and we are serving families in a different way. And that is something that I'm very, very proud of and very happy to be able to do. And so truly what makes us different is that we are connecting with parents and families. It's not just a visit, there's truly a family behind that care. We're rooted in care and driven by purpose. We truly care about that child and giving them the best service. Heart goes first, right? And then everything can follow along. Another thing that we do is it takes a village, right? So parents need that support, parents need that guidance, and so acknowledging that you can be part of that village is so important and so powerful. And something that I've learned through this 1 year of being, I call myself a little entrepreneur, I didn't know what I was diving myself into, is that, many of you here have dreams, and as entrepreneurs, we have dreams. But we have to realize that those dreams come with a responsibility. They come with a responsibility to help others. They have a plan. We need a plan to make them work, and they come with a lot of hard work, right? So you can have a dream, but it carries a responsibility. And I truly believe that God gave us all gifts to be able to serve others. And when we use our gifts to serve others, everything else can just flow. And so that's something that I've learned along the way. Also, failure is part of the process. Sometimes we're afraid to be entrepreneurs because of mistakes. But mistakes are going to happen, failures are going to happen, and we have to learn to just bounce up quickly, learn from them, move forward, and not be too hard on ourselves. Another thing that I've learned is keep it fun. It's so amazing when you get to enjoy what you do, when you don't let others dictate what your job should look like, and having fun, enjoying others, being present with the kids, also seeking mentors. I wish that I would have gotten a business coach before I started, because they save you headaches, they save you money, they guide you, and so it's definitely an investment up front, but it is so worth it. So finding communities like the eBridge, getting a mentor, getting a business coach, it's something that I would really recommend, and not do it alone. And another thing that I would recommend is truly build with intention. Build with intention, serve people, love people. And I believe that my business has grown because of that personalized care, that family-centered care, and that relationship-based care. And these are the beautiful faces I get to treat every day. Not every day is easy, but when I come to my job and get to see these cute faces, it just makes it all worth it. So thank you so much, and now I open it up to questions and answers. Any questions? Yes.
So when you first took the leap, how difficult was it for you to just say, I'm leaving my 8-to-5 job to go in this one?
You know what? It was very difficult. It was very difficult because fear kicks in, right? I was very fearful, but when I put it into prayer and you just decide to take that leap, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like you jump that bridge of fear and you make it work because you took that leap of faith, and when you believe in the vision and the mission, and you truly care for others and what you can do with your business, it just started to flow. And even sometimes I'm still fearful, but I do it anyways, just because believing, having a clear why can also help you jump that fear. And I did sustain a full-time job 6 months into it, so that was really hard too, because I didn't want to take out a loan, so I was investing everything for the clinic with my other job. So it's a sacrifice as well with the fear, and it was hard, but nothing promises that it's easy, right? That's entrepreneurship. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
What age group do you work with?
So I mainly focus with from 12 months all the way to about 8 years old. That is my main focus, but speech therapists can work from the moment the baby is born all the way to adulthood.
You work privately. Doctors refer.
Doctors can refer me. I don't need a doctor referral, but they can. So it's important to make those connections with the doctor so they can know about our services.
How would a parent know if they need your services?
Good. So many times teachers are in the front lines. telling parents that they're suspecting a delay or an impairment. Sometimes a doctor is the one to let them know. Sometimes parents just know it in their gut when they go to birthday parties and they compare their kiddo to other kids. They have that little feeling, and so they can reach out. They talk to your pediatrician, talk to friends. And then what I found out that a lot of them come through me is through word of mouth. I talk to my friends about my kid having problems, and that's how I got referred over to you. Mm-hmm. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, there's one over there.
Yes. Sí, claro. Gracias. Sí lo es, de verdad, muchísimas gracias. Hay días que a veces pues uno se despierta, ¿no? Que se desveló, pasa la vida, pasan cosas, y luego llego y digo, "Ah, qué bonito, puedo trabajar contigo". Es más fácil trabajar con niños que con adultos, entonces es bien bonito, te hacen reír y te hacen disfrutar las cosas pequeñitas, así que muchas gracias. Sí, gracias, gracias. Otra preguntita.
I do.
Yes.
Okay, so this is not a situation that's particular to the Valley, I assume, but do you think having bilingual households makes your job easier, harder? Is it a challenge? Is it something that comes like in conversation when talking to your patients?
You know what? Yes. And there's still that misconception that being bilingual can get you behind, and that is not true, right? So I still have to educate doctors and families the superpower of being bilingual and how that is not causing a delay or a disorder, and still having families, right, letting them know that being truly a bilingual household is important, and they should keep nourishing that in their house. So yes, so I provide therapy both in English and in Spanish. And so research shows that when the household talks in Spanish, therapy should be provided in Spanish for better outcomes. So yes, so we provide bilingual services at Bloom. Yes, thank you so much.
And just the last question, I think that's our signature one. How can we as a community help you or support you?
Thank you. I get into my Instagram, share, like, if family and friends are looking for support for their kiddos, tell them about Bloom. We provide complimentary consultations where it's 30 minutes, I get to know you, and see if we're a good fit for the family. So sharing, telling others about Bloom is very helpful.
Awesome.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
give it up, please.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Let's give it one more round of applause, please. Honestly, I feel like you guys are not your full potential today, but it might be the rain, so I'll give you a pass just for today. So without further ado, I do want to bring our friends from the Brownsville Wellness Coalition. So if you can join us on stage, please. All the team, come on. No, I'm kidding. It's up to y'all. Here you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me put up the presentation. And put this one.
Yes, thank you. Really, we have the whole team here, so we will make sure to open up the floor so we can get their perspectives. But good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time of your morning and sharing the space and hearing us out. Also, thank you to AT&T and Miss Maria for providing the delicious cafecito. I think it continues to prove that cafecito really does bring people together. So I am Azalia Martinez. I've had the pleasure of serving the Brownsville Wellness Coalition through their marketing department for about 9 months now. So it is my pleasure to share who we are and what we represent in the community. The Brownsville Wellness Coalition is a nonprofit. But the reason why we exist, and I'm not sure if any of you have heard before, or we like hearing the data that Brownsville is a sick community. So in response to that critical need to improve health and create access to good food and nutrition education, the Brownsville Wellness Coalition came to exist. And the reason is to transform and challenge the community to have access to this information. We want to target things like obesity, diabetes, any food insecurity, and closing those gaps in the food deserts, more specifically around here in this downtown area. I know we used to have an H-E-B, and we no longer do. We're blessed now to have Corner Market, which is a wonderful new presentation to our community with giving them access to good food. And all of this was founded in 2008 when our founders took the chance in seeing this vision for Brownsville. We want to visualize and cultivate families to be healthier and have access to nutrition education. In 2008, founded as a nonprofit through the support of the UT School of Public Health and collaboration with Su Clínica Familiar, Brownsville Wellness Coalition came to life. And to create and address any disparities in Brownsville, beginning with, like I mentioned, food, financial support, and promoting healthier communities. Till this day, we have 5 active programs, but I wanted to ask everybody, is everybody familiar with the Brownsville Wellness Coalition? Did you know we existed? Show of hands. Yes. Is it clear to everybody what we do? Okay, I see less hands, and this is why we're here today. But we wouldn't be a coalition if we didn't have the different set of programs. So I'd like to begin by showing that the heart of our program is the urban farms. We want to ensure that we grow fresh, nutritious produce for our community. We currently have 2 urban farms, one La Mancha, which is over by Paredes Line, and our main farm, which is at La Posada, over in Southmost. That ties in with our next program called Fresco Mobile Market, where we position ourselves in communities where there is no food access and or closing that gap with making food accessible and food equity, which is a very important topic to us. Our farmers market, this is our star child. I'm sure everybody, and I hope everybody has stopped by in visiting the farmers market, where we allow communities to come together, local vendors, all with the sole purpose of promoting and supporting our agricultural producers around Brownsville, but most importantly, all of RGV to serve as that motivator. Community gardens, these are what I like to call the third spaces, where our community comes together to learn, grow from each other, all while having the opportunity to take food home. Another great opportunity that comes from the community gardens that ties with our farmers market is our Grow to Sell program. A few of our vendors are actually part of one of our community gardens, and they are able to produce, sell, and then come back and share those learnings with the rest of the community. Finally, we do have La Cocina Alegre, which is a 6-week program where we host and teach our community how to cook healthy food, learn about nutrition, and ensure that they take home the food in order to prepare the recipes that they learn. And I decided to share this particular slide with you all because I hope that this iconography resonates and is recognized throughout the city. The Double Up Food Books program is a partnership with the Sustainable Food Center. And this is important because in our community alone, we have a massive need for food security. What the Double Up Food Books program does is it supplements, and anybody who receives SNAP benefits is able to utilize their SNAP benefits at the farmers market. And not only are they able to utilize that, but we ensure to double their money up to $30 every time that they stop by. We are one of 100 participating sites in the state of Texas and one of SFC's stronger partnerships in promoting this program. This Double Up Food Books program is available through the farmers market and our Fresco mobile market, which we always ensure to be loaded with these bucks that we have, and we send home people with twice the amount of food access that they have. Now, I know we're in the eBridge Center, so this is about entrepreneur, and the questions came, how can you join the farmers market? We have a lot of vendors and entrepreneurs wanting to take the big first step for themselves. At the farmers market, we do host 4 different categories of vendors. There's a strong need for agricultural producers, and what that means is anyone who grows food, anyone who can provide crop or animal-derived goods, that is honey, nuts, grains, nuts, spices. Added value is anything else that contributes to that. So it's already processed goods such as salsas, bread, sauces, or juices. Hot food, which is a top favorite, so anyone that can prepare hot food such as coffee and or ready-to-eat meals. And finally, the artisanal side of the farmers market, where we welcome any pet goods, handmade crafts, garden goods, or any art that really brings the market to life. So as you all would know, nonprofits are strongly founded under the support of a large group of people. We need volunteer help as much as we need funding help. So I welcome you if you have any questions regarding any of our programs. We do have availability for signups, and we could definitely benefit from anybody taking interest in any of our programs. And while I take the stage today, I'm confident that none of this could happen without the strong team that is supporting and managing the programs day to day. So if you all have any questions, I can assist, but these are the rest of our program managers. Jose, which is in charge of the Brownsville Farmers Market. We have Juan, who runs our urban farm and our fresco. He's a triple threat. And we have Ms. Clarisa, who's in charge of community gardens, and Ms. Daniela as well, who runs the Cocina Alegre. And that's what I've got for you today. Thank you. Oh.
We have the floor open for questions.
What's the difference normally in those gardens, pesticide-wise, compared to like others? Pesticide-wise, like what's the difference with growing in those gardens?
Okay, I will hand this over to our farmer.
Hi everybody, good morning. Oh, this is loud, sorry. So basically at our farms, we only use two naturally derived substances. One is neem oil, derived from the neem nut that comes off a neem tree. That's basically what we use for beetles, white flies, things like that. Everything is very safe and can actually be used up to the day of harvest, right? It just washes right off if it gets on the produce. The other one we use is a bacteria derived from the ground, and it's called BT, Bacillus thuringiensis is the scientific name for it, but essentially what that does is it helps with caterpillars, right? So a lot of our leafy greens and things like that typically get eaten. You might end up seeing some produce with some holes in it, and that's typically where these caterpillars come from. But we use those two exclusively. I don't use anything else on the farms. Unfortunately, that does mean certain other pests might get in and we might have some other issues, but I mean, that's just working with nature, right? Instead of working against it. The other thing that we also promote heavily is soil health. So if you guys have not heard before or anything, but actually taking care of your soil and providing your plants with the nutrients that it needs naturally makes these plants more resistant to pests. So as you take care of the soil, as you cultivate your soil, your plants grow healthy, and if they do get attacked by pests, they survive. So it's just a matter of working with nature, not working against it, as we do in conventional agriculture. So yeah, I mean that's basically what we use. We don't really do anything else aside from that. I mean, and of course washing our produce afterwards. Yeah, but yeah, awesome question. Thank you.
Yes, we'll take it.
How frequently do you all go to the applications for the farmers market, like for anything for produce or artisanal?
I know there's a bit of a delay in accepting vendors at the moment. We want to ensure that we make a space for farmers, but we do allow, Jose? We do have a process for the review.
Hello. Oh, this is really loud. As Asali was saying, we do have a kind of a hold right now and accept we can always accept applications, but we're going through a lot of transitions. We were supposed to be opening at the cannery. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the cannery. So it's a really cool building, and we're gonna move kind of the center of the market over there and bring it down to Linear Park. So that's one of the reasons that's holding us back on how we're gonna accept new vendors. We're also updating, revamping our guidelines and everything for our vendors for that same reason, to allow more members of the community, more farmers, and more artisans and added value. So that is one of the reasons why we have to vet first our current members and then accept any new ones. So I encourage you to go through the process. We have a long list of people that we're waiting for, and I tell them it's probably going to be about this next month. Our board is working on those guidelines to make sure that we kind of give an opportunity to everybody in the community. We have on the list over 200 people that are waiting, and that is not to discourage anybody. That is just saying a lot of people are interested, which is a good thing, but we need to make sure that we do it the right way to make it work. The first thing that I ask people is, what do you want to sell? Because then a lot of people, oh, I want to sell nachos, and it's something that we don't allow, right? They don't know the guidelines, so it's one of the things that we want to put forward, make sure that the community explains that this is first and foremost a farmer's market, and this is what powers us and what differentiates us from any other markets, and that's what we're trying to do first. So we're working on a balance between how many vendors we have that are farmers, and then how many vendors that are added to that, whether it be artisans, added value, or anything else.
So if there's like a seasonal fruit, would you, I guess how, like.
Kick you out of the market? I know what you're saying. Yes. Yeah, no, we have certain vendors that offer different seasonal things, whether it be even in the hot foods for certain fruits, or our farmers as well. Obviously, there's different fruits and veggies that are seasonal. So they just let us know, hey, this is the season for this. Is it okay if we sell this? And we revise it and we approve it. Yeah. So once you're in the market, it's just listing it and letting us know what it is. And if it's natural, organic, things that fall within our guidelines, we allow it most of the time. Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Do you have any other questions? So I know you, oh wait, there's another, yes.
Do you all have a program to teach kind of people who want to start gardening at home or having their own small little produce farm? Do you have a program to teach them your gardening habits? I know you said something about keeping the soil healthy and making sure that plants are resistant to pests.
Yes, we do. We have two of our experts, the urban farms and the gardens. So I'll let Clarissa take that one.
So that program would actually be with the community gardens. We have 4 locations right now, and what we do is we give you the education and tools to be able to learn how to grow organically without pesticides or taking care of the soil. So we provide you the tools, the supplies, dirt, seeds, knowledge to be able to do so, and then take that knowledge and transfer it to your home. If you don't have the space per se to be able to pursue your entrepreneurship endeavors in agriculture, then we provide the space in our Grow to Sell program, where then you can join the market in the Grow to Sell program, where you grow in the garden and then you take whatever you harvest to the market. Aside from that, we're always there, so you're always welcome just to come check out the gardens, and then whatever we do harvest, you're welcome to take home as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to add something?
So just to add to what Clarissa said, we also have our Fresco Mobile Market, which is open to other vendors. So we carry honey, we carry eggs during the week, and this is also open to backyard growers and other farmers. So if in case, you can't make it to a market Saturday, you can always let me know, hey Juan, I have all this zucchini, I don't know what to do with. Offload it to us and we'll sell it for you. Of course, there's a little bit of a business transaction with that, but other than that, I'm more than happy to help out any backyard growers, anybody who wants to get into the agricultural space in that sense. Part of what we want to do is cultivate more farmers, more growers, and empower people to feel comfortable and feel confident knowing that, hey, there's resources out there for me to take advantage of.
You mentioned that you guys are doing it at high volume. I'm just thinking out of the box. If you have such a high volume, maybe consider maybe doing a satellite area so that maybe you can have more vendors at both locations or triple locations. But at the same time, the community will grow for not only coming to the downtown area, it'll be in different locations so you can just serve the community.
Thank you. That's a great idea. We have a bunch of ideas happening right now for the market as well. One of them is to first and foremost provide that access to food to the people that need it most, right? So as Ale was discussing, the SNAP program, which with the Double Up Food Bucks provides double up your money for fruits and veggies, right? Especially for the area here, for example, downtown, which is considered a food desert. I know that the corner market is the only other food access store that after H-E-B left, all these people are underserved, right? So one of the things that we do is try to hold different areas. Right now, actually after this, I'm going to the hospital, to the regional hospital to have another little market there. It's from us, from the Brownsville Wellness Coalition, but it's held at the hospital every Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month. And then we're working also on a remote market right now that we're kind of implementing slowly at La Posada in Southmost. And that one's going to be fun, and it should be on the last Friday of the month as well. That's what we're hoping for, to pick it up more.
The Brownsville market is only done every once a month or every twice a month?
No, sir. The Brownsville market the farmer's market is every Saturday, rain or shine. So if you see the weather like this, we're still out there. I'll be out there getting wet with the tents. As long as there's no lightning, we're good. If it snows, like that one time that it snowed, we'll be there. But yeah. So yeah, we have so many ideas, and like you said, there's a lot of opportunity for growth. But there are a lot of things that we have to consider for our vendors, for the community, and to work together with the city of Brownsville. So a lot of people think, well, I'm going to talk to the city and we need to do this for this market. I said, well, this market is, or the Lunada people come and want to talk to me. And I said, this is a different market. This is from the Brownsville Wellness Coalition. The city lets us borrow their space to do what we do. So we have to work closely together with the community and with our vendors and everything. Thank you. That's a great idea.
I know you guys mentioned that focus. Well, first and foremost, I love what you guys are doing. I love the mission of the coalition. You guys are doing amazing. There's nothing that I love most than going on a Saturday to the farmers market and seeing the vendors, seeing the people, just the energy that you guys do. So thank you guys for your guys' work and for what you guys do, not only for, like I said, for the vendors, but also for the people who need the food, for bringing that quality food for that. So thank you. But you mentioned you want volunteers. You're looking for expanding some help. I mean, kudos and what help. What are the requirements? What are you looking for? Let's say I wanted to apply to be with you guys. What are the requirements? What are you looking for? What like a day with you guys will look like? What kind of sections would I be able to assist you guys with? Like, because sometimes you want to volunteer, but you don't know exactly what you're getting yourself into. What is it? It will be a day with you guys.
Absolutely. So all of our programs need assistance. If you would like to help with the kitchen, you are welcome to join in on the different locations that they'd be attending, and you'd assist with the food demonstrations, ensuring that our participants are getting all of the information and the right help when preparing these demos. At the farmers market, our vendors are in constant need of help, whether it be moving, setting up, ensuring that we collect data that is supportive of all of the impact that we have. So we have counters, we have anyone assisting our vendors, ensuring that the workflow is going. At our urban farms, a round of applause to Juan, because he sincerely carries the load of our name on his back. Sometimes he is shorthanded and he could use all the help. And if I could leave with something, is that our farmers always give ahead, right? They commit to a harvest to ensure that we have food. And it's something that we really shouldn't take for granted. So if anything, our farmers are the ones that need our most moral support, physical support. So a lot of volunteer help would be there. A day at the farm would look like ensuring that our soil is healthy, weeds, seedlings, watering plants, washing and harvesting. And then also similarly, we have community gardens where our participants need to ensure that they have all of the resources available, help them as well with tending the gardens and making that space usable for our participants. Fresco Mobile Market, he's also Juan, could use some assistance with setting up, and in terms of marketing, every single program can utilize that help with capturing data and media for the programs.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you pretty much responded, but is there anything that our community can do to help you guys' mission?
Absolutely, and what I meant to say is, like, I hope that if I can leave you with a clear understanding of what the Brownsville Wellness Coalition is, but most importantly, with a deep sense of community and in knowing that any contribution is helpful. So just like Daniela said, the best way that you can help any organization, any business, is by sharing what you understood. And when you see a person that is in need of those resources, is to present them with that opportunity to join or give them the information necessary. That's one great way. And finally, with your volunteer and your help, now if you're in a stage where you can help with funding, that is always necessary, and you can fund in a particular program that you're interested in. Our Brownsville Farmers Market draws a large amount of traffic, so we always have sponsorship opportunities at the farmers market, and of course any sponsorships that help support the resources of others. So it's available to everyone. Like I said, the topics that come up are food access, food equity. Why? Because we all eat. We are all entitled to a nutritious lifestyle. It isn't something foreign. It isn't something that should be out of our way to find. And thanks to the work that has been done before us, the Brownsville Wellness Coalition is here to help support that. And in any way that we can help, we'd like to open those doors. So please follow us on social media. We have a Facebook and an Instagram, Brownsville Wellness Coalition, or brownsvillewellnesscoalition.com to find any of our contact information. Every single one of us is on there, and any questions you may have for programs. But of course, we are here and around if you'd like to address anything.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, and if I can finalize, we do have a final, our annual fundraiser called Farm to Table, where we welcome sponsorships and or guests to join us in experiencing a night where our food is cooked with our local vegetables, and a great place to form meaningful connections with the rest of the community. Yes, so please, if you all have any questions, please let us know.
Okay, guys, let's give it up one more time for our speakers today. I do want to give a huge thank you again. Our friends at AT&T Business, were really kind to us. They asked me, like, hey, how can we support? I was like, hey, can you bring me coffee one day? And she's like, what about the month? I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. And I think people like AT&T, like other sponsors that we do, which, by the way, I do see a couple of our sponsors in the audience, is they see the importance of meetings like this. And I love how you guys are able to be in one room, talking to each other, seeing these things, but also listening to today's presentation is like, okay, let's not just end it here on a Wednesday. Let's not end the support that we do for entrepreneurs just today. I love that you guys show up to listen to what they have to say, what their journey is, and to get inspired. But let's actually do something. I think you listen to it every day, and whenever I see a presentation, but there's a bunch of ways that you can support an entrepreneur without having to put money on it. I mean, that would be perfect. If you have a chance to put some money on it, please do so. But you can always like a post. You can always share something. You can always say, hey, you know what? I listened to this in 1 Million Cups. It might be helpful to you. I'm gonna send you the post so you can reach out to this person. Remember, guys, the support doesn't come just on a Wednesday. It comes to after this. This is just the beginning. This is just cafecito, but keep on supporting each other after this. I do want to mention, guys, there's a business course that we do here. A lot of you guys have taken it. Has anyone taken the business program with us already? Can you guys raise your hand? Man, there's very little today. Okay. So our business program is completely free because it's fully sponsored by BCIC, our partners over there. It is facilitated by UTRGB. There's actually a cohort coming up in, okay, I guess not. June 16 is at eridgebusinessacademy.com. It's a no cost for the user. We're gonna have English and Spanish cohorts happening at the same time. It's 7 weeks, 4 to 7 p.m., just once a week. It is very comfortable to take. It is a no cost for you guys, and you guys get a certification from the program and then the university as well. Without further ado, guys, thank you so much for being here today. Again, I got you the cafecito, I got you the stories. Now it's on you to make a friend today. So if you don't know your person on the right, please say hi. Don't just give me your business card, shoot them an email, message. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you so much, guys.